Tucson-Relief for our small business community. He's going to be speaking on stimulating our creative community in support of our business community. So go ahead, take it away, Tom. It's all yours.
All right, I'm going to pull up one note here that I should have had ready so I can get started, and then I'm going to share my screen. Am I in share mode here?
You should be, yes.
All right, and hopefully you are seeing.
Yep.
All right, so what I'll share with you today is this movement called Tucson Helping Tucson. At the beginning of March, this did not exist. The effort has come together very quickly. It's coalesced with a tremendous amount of effort from our community partners, and we're excited about where this is going. We're sad about why it's happening, but we're encouraged by the response to how it's happening. So I'm going to share with you a little bit about how this ties together, because it's really a complex effort that has a lot of components that will kind of touch different lives here in our community. And that's why it's Tucson Helping Tucson. It's not a single focus, it's a broad focus. So just to give you kind of a quick background on what the kind of the motivation is for this effort, we know that under current expectations that we could lose 50% of our small businesses if this stay-at-home orders, if this containment period lasts much longer. We're going to continue to lose businesses, maybe to the tune of 50%. And we also know, living in Tucson, that it's our small business community. It's that local flavor that gives Tucson a very special charm. We see that all the way through the urban core to the suburbs. Local businesses drive our community. We all know that. And our goal is to help as many of them stay in business and come through this with the most opportunities at the other side, whenever that may be. So our effort is ongoing. We originally planned for a 3-day big telethon event. That was not a safe environment, and it was not something we could do responsibly. So we retooled, as it's happening for a lot of folks in this environment. And we have now started to do a weekly fundraising effort. And the motivation is to get these businesses through to the next stage. Our grassroots effort is really driven by our Saturday evening programming. We have a channel on Facebook. It's through our Facebook page called THT TV. It live streams this virtual variety show. It starts at 7 o'clock and it goes usually until about 8:30 or 9, depending on the content. It doesn't go beyond where it's entertaining. And what we do there is we pay performers, our local artist community, our dancers, our actors, our comedians, musicians. They are paid to submit content for this variety show. It is hosted live by our MC, Frank Powers, who owns a business called Comic Bookmobile. He is very iconic for his role as hosting and emceeing a lot of events, especially in the urban area. Very engaging gentleman. He hosts this live from his living room. He interviews guests from across the community from their living rooms. Some people perform live and some send in recorded content, and it's all pulled together by Brink Media, who makes this look amazingly easy, although it's incredibly difficult. So THT TV really launched 3 weeks ago. Our 4th episode is tomorrow. The first week was honestly just a logistical test. We really didn't have a lot of the content worked out. So realistically, that was the pilot, and season 1 started the following week, and episode 3 is tomorrow. And in that time frame, considering we had no presence as of March 15th, we now have about 22,000 people reached in the last 30 days through this effort. We have 15,000 views of the various videos that we have out there. Our Facebook group is just about to hit 4,000 in the group. Our Instagram and Facebook pages went from 0 to almost 1,000 in this time frame. So there's clearly a lot of interest in this. And our effort is to take this grassroots movement, get the community energized and engaged, get them entertained, provide really a ray of hope, something that's not negative, something that is extremely positive about how we come together. Combine that with what we know is coming from the corporate support on all levels, whether they're supporting us directly, whether they're supporting the Resiliency Fund, whether it's takeout food, whether they're, whatever they are doing, it's all coming together. And that's what this concept of Tucson helping Tucson really is. The money that we're raising, though, is going to small businesses, and that's the key component of what the underlying driving force is. So the money is being used by the Community Investment Corporation here in Tucson. It is going into the hands of small businesses. Everything we raise is going to small businesses. The Community Investment Corporation is not taking any type of administrative fee for this. They're managing this completely from their other budget. The people that are doing the work and getting paid on this are small businesses. So Brink Media, although they have contributed a huge amount of time and energy, well above, it would be tens of thousands of dollars for what they have donated to us, but they're making sure that their technicians are getting paid. The people that are working behind the scenes are getting paid. Our events team is getting paid. So the money that came in originally went to support the production, and now all the money coming in is going to the Community Investment Corporation. And you kind of get a sense there of where we're going to be by about May 8th. We're going to have over $200,000 in the community. That's through the Community Investment Corporation, their partnerships with THT, with Growth Partners and others. But there's going to be $200,000 that have gone directly to small businesses. 15 businesses have received grants or loans, which we'll talk about. They have also created a very unique opportunity for businesses to do their own community investment with their patrons, and we'll talk about that. And you know, our goal now is basically $200,000 was gone in a blink of an eye through March or through April. So we need to get $200,000 back in the coffers for May. And if this continues, we're going to have to get $200,000 back in there for June. The average, the typical loan is about $10,000 for the small businesses. And we'll break that down here in just a moment. But I want you, if you're not familiar with the Community Investment Corporation, they are a hidden gem here in Tucson. They've been operating since 1996. They have support for homeownership. They do a lot with the mortgage credit certificate to help first-time home buyers. They have helped entrepreneurs start their business. They do counseling for small businesses. And they are a group that really ensures that the community has the funding it needs to start and sustain their small businesses. When COVID-19, when it became apparent the businesses were going to have to shut down, they immediately shifted their focus to this small business relief effort. That is the power of the Community Investment Corporation, is that they are local, they're agile, and they're not beholden to any national or federal type of grant restrictions. If the need in the community changes, they can respond instantly. And that's why they were a huge partner for us when we decided to start raising money. We wanted to get it into their hands. The way the fund has been crafted is they're offering zero interest loans up to $10,000 for a business. Not a lot of qualifications, but if you have specific questions, I'd refer you over to the CIC. These loans are more of a pledge than an actual loan. There are no payments for at least the next 6 months, and any payments thereafter are based upon revenue. They are forgivable, so after a period of time, they will go away regardless of what you've paid back. There's no recourse on the owner of the business, and these are not secured with any type of collateral. So it's a very close to a grant. We call it a loan because we're asking the businesses to pay it back, to pay it forward. Every dollar that they pay back will return to this fund so that we can help others. And the idea is to work with the chamber and other organizations for a post-COVID-19 fund that gets us prepared for any other of these type situations that happen. So we're not scrambling to put something together. We have the infrastructure to make it happen. So even though we're calling it a loan, it really is more of a pledge, and there is no recourse if the business owner cannot pay. They're also doing grants with Local First Arizona. They're working through that foundation just to offer straight grants, $2,500 for very specific purposes. And probably the most creative use of the funds is with this new tool that we have called Community Investors. So there are websites out there, efforts out there called Kiva and WeFunder where a business can raise capital for their operations, and they can do that by putting a call out to their patrons. Now, a key component of these is that it's restricted to your database, in essence, until you reach a certain fundraising number. Then you can broaden that to a public offering. Well, with CIC's help, they can get to that level very quickly. They have to raise minimal amount from their patrons. CIC comes in and gets them over that hump, and now they can broadcast very publicly. So we've seen a couple success stories. I think 5 Points Market was one. There's a Creative Kind up in La Encantada was another, where they within a few hours or a few days raised several $1,000s because they could get to a broad audience, and CIC was able to help them get there. So that's this idea of how the fund works. The grassroots THT effort is a little bit, the idea behind this is that everything is safe and responsible. Although we're putting on a variety show, at no point are two people ever together that would not normally be together. Even the Brink Media, they have one person managing the sound and audio, another person handling the direction, and they are in separate rooms with a big panel of glass between the two of them. They're never in the same room. Our host is at home, our guests and interviewees are at home, and most of the content is recorded. We have fan submitted content. So people are actually putting together 3-minute videos and sending them in, and a lot of that's what's fueling our show. We have staff created content. So places like Keep Tucson Sketchy, Unscrewed Theater, Brink Media, a few others are putting together content that is keeping the consistency of the show. Hotel Congress is helping us gather the musical guests, and they follow our show immediately with something called Hotel Congress TV. So it's a really good community effort here. The key to this THT though is Brink Media. If you're not familiar with them, they're a local company. Huge shout out to what they are doing. The time, effort, and energy that they're putting into this is a clear sign of their commitment to our community. So from the creative side, we're going backwards, people. From the creative side, every Saturday, we started on April 4th, we do this live streaming variety show. And at the end of this stay-at-home containment, when it is safe and responsible, our goal is still to have that big 3-day event. It'll be more of a celebration of this collaborative effort, but it will also be a fundraising opportunity, but that's going to happen farther down the road, but that is still going to be a key component. So if you want to submit content, and I encourage you, even if you're not a professional, to consider doing this and share this idea, you can send your videos to tht@brink.com. And what we're looking for is something around 3 minutes. If you've watched our live stream, it moves quickly. It's very engaging. And if you don't like what you're seeing, wait for 2.5 minutes and you're going to see something else. We want the sound and audio to be of good quality. It doesn't have to be professional, but it's got to be audible and clear. It's family friendly. We want it produced in a responsible manner. We had a video came in and there was an older gentleman and a younger gentleman playing, but they were so close together, it was clear that they weren't practicing those social distance guidelines. So we let them know we weren't able to use that. Our goal is to demonstrate responsible behavior through the content that we put forth. Ideally, we would like it to be original, maybe topical, doesn't have to be, but it does need to be originally produced for this show. So even if it's a song you've performed other places, we want you to perform it for us. And if you can, shout out THT or the effort, put it in your graphics. The idea is that we want people to have a place where they can go for original local content. And other ways to help and spread the word is to donate. That's what we need most, is money. TucsonHelpingTucson.com is the place where you can make that happen. And it's pretty easy to donate there. If you don't want to get on the web, you can text donate to 520-253-7563, and it will walk you through the donation process. If you don't want to donate and you want some cool swag, you can go to Why I Love Where I Live. They have produced these custom t-shirts. They are selling them at $25 a piece and donating the proceeds to the cause. They started 2 weeks ago. I guess this will be their third week, and I believe they're a little over $3,000 in money raised that they're donating from these shirts. We also have Larry from Caps and More that's going to start selling hats. We have a place that's an Instagram pop-up store called Stay at Home that's creating a stay at home custom t-shirt. They just announced today that they started selling those, and they have about $500 to donate to this cause. So we're looking for those large tens of thousands of dollar donations, and we're looking for everyone in Tucson to consider giving us $1. And I have to tell you, my favorite donation, the one donation that gave me goosebumps was on our first night, where this gentleman who works for a local, he's a bartender, and he's out of work. He was watching the show. He had commented during the show that parts of it made him tear up because he missed his crew so much. And he posted this. I had $2.03 in my account, and I donated $2. It still gives me goosebumps when I think about that. That is just a powerful statement to me of Tucson helping Tucson. So we're going to explore a little bit. I want to open it up for questions and explore kind of the media of it, but I want to give a huge shout out to this group of folks right here that made the production possible. Everyone on this screen donated time, energy, and money to make the THT TV production happen, so that now we can honestly say all money raised is going towards the Small Business Relief Fund. And the first on the list there, for many reasons, is the Tucson Metro Chamber, not just because of their support of the effort, but because of their knowledge. Because Tucson Metro Chamber works with so many businesses in this area, they were able to guide the Community Investment Corporation into the best use of those relief funds. So without the knowledge of Amber and her staff, we would not have nearly the powerful and impactful group of options for businesses. So their input was critical to this, and very supportive of everyone on here. So from the last slide I'm going to leave you with here is this opportunity to be engaged and connect with us. We would like you to share this effort. You can find us on Facebook. We have a group that's private. It's public, but you have to join it, and we're restricting access to people that are connected to members of the group or that are in Tucson. We had it as an open group for a while, but we started to get an unsavory element that was in there. So we are restricting it to people that are truly trying to help Tucson. We have our Instagram, and you can find all of us, just look for Tucson Helping Tucson on Facebook and Instagram, you'll find us. And then our website, which I'm going to show you here in just a moment. And then the big thing is Saturday nights, 7 o'clock, take a breath, tune in. If you don't like what you're seeing, wait 2.5 minutes, you're going to enjoy what's next. But share the fact that you're watching this, make some comments, let us know you're there. If you want to see something, share. This is interactive. Our MC, Frank, is able to get feedback on what's in the comments, and he's reacting to what's in the comments. So this is a community chance for us to kind of get together and watch a variety show as if we were all together in that concert hall, but we're doing it from our own homes. So please connect with us and share. If you head over to our page, and then I'm going to open this up for questions here. If you head over to our website, this is the main page. You can actually watch our past episodes. Episode 1 is good. Let's see here. Let me go back here and share this screen. So episode 1 is good. Episode 2 is better. Episode 3 is amazing. We introduced our own soap opera, The Home and the Restless. That's going to be an ongoing series. We have the Corona Noir. It's a private detective solving crimes in the pandemic era, filmed with black and white. Very creative stuff. At the end of episode 3, Frank sings a song that he wrote. It's beautiful. He got the hook for it, but I think he should have been allowed to continue. And then something we launched last week is our fan favorites. So when people donate, they upload their content, they are given the opportunity, they are given $50 for their submission if we use it on the air. They are then entered into our fan favorite contest, and people can come in here and they can vote. Little Anthony's Rap by Randall Walter McDonald is blowing up. And you can see lots of different ones, but these are all local artists. If you haven't had a chance, these are all great, great skits. And, you know, I've already voted. So when I go into, you can vote every day, but I can't vote twice. So you can go back in there and check it frequently. And then what we're going to be adding to this is our success stories from the businesses that have been helped. And we're actually going to have a little market on here as well, where you can buy all the merchandise that's coming towards THT. This is our group. We've got about 4,000. Actually, this is our page where you can watch the promotion. You've got our group, and if you go over here to the Tucson Helping Tucson page, you can have those episodes there for you. Ashley from Rue Events has been amazing in coordinating all of this. She's assisted by Josie Quinn, who just launched her social media company because of the success she's having here. And she's gotten our Facebook group from 0 to 750 in under 3 weeks, which I think is amazing. So you can follow us, check us out, and support, share, tell the world, tell your friends. But we know that Tucson helps Tucson. That's all I got.
Great. Does anybody have any questions?
I don't have a question, but I want to say, Tom, this is a really, really great program and what you're doing right here. So thank you so much for being a part of this, for sure.
Well, I appreciate that. And I can tell you, without Brink Media, without Rue Events, without the Metro Chamber, without Frank Powers, without Why I Love Where I Live, this effort doesn't happen. I was part of helping get it going, but now it's being sustained by our community. And that's the great thing, is I could walk away and this thing would just be clicking along. I'm not walking away because I got the hat. But it's a great group of people that have come together, and I'm excited about where this is going.
Hey, Tom, I just wanted to echo Carrie's sentiments. Great program, and thanks for all you're doing. I guess my question is more on the funding side, and I'm not sure how much information you have, but how is CIC and Danny and those guys selecting which businesses are getting funding, and how many applications do you have, and how many are you able to fund?
Well, we have, on average, it's about 10,000 per business. So with 200,000, they've been able to help a little over 20 businesses. Their selection criteria is fairly small. They are focusing, this is a key component, they are focusing on businesses with 25 or fewer full-time employees. We think that is, we saw that with that first rollout from the stimulus, that group kind of got marginalized, and the larger corporations had the resources to jump in and get the funds at a federal level. So they've really, CIC is focused on that. That's really their hard requirement. The grant itself does require a look at past performance to make sure that they have suffered because of the COVID-19. I mean, if you started your business on March 12th, you're probably not going to be eligible for a loan. And if you had no revenue in 2019, you're probably not going to be eligible for a loan. The specific criteria, they have a group that evaluates that, and they've been fairly lenient. If you have an operation, you've had an impact, then you're probably going to get some relief. But honestly, by May 8th, if we don't raise another dime, they're not going to have any more funds. Their applications now exceed their requests. So we're going to continue to keep raising this, but we're going to need another $200,000 at least for May if we're going to help another 20 or 25 businesses, and just keep going until people are able to open up their doors.
Is this just for profit, or is it available for 501c3s as well?
Well, my understanding is the Community Foundation has a more robust program for 501c3s. I don't know that they're excluded from this, because the small businesses, I mean, nonprofits are small businesses. So I don't know that the reality is there's not enough money to go around. So I think everyone that's been helped right now they were early subscribers to this. As it moves on, whatever the need in it is to make the community better, CIC will adapt. And they're going to rely on you and in the chamber, Local First Arizona, and those in contact with the businesses themselves to know what needs to change within that program. But I believe everyone to this point that's been helped has been a for-profit entity.
Okay, great. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Anybody else have any questions? And again, I'm actually going to start following, and I'm going to start looking at all the videos. So very, very cool. Thank you for what you do. It's pretty impressive in such a short period of time.
Well,
Tom,
pictures.
Obviously this was, created during a great time in need. It was done quickly, like you said. But have you guys talked about what this maybe looks like moving forward? I don't know what normal looks like. I don't think anyone knows what normal looks like, but have you guys talked about what, after we start to recover and, what this might turn into?
Well, we believe that the movement is being created and the movement will sustain beyond the COVID-19 pandemic and the containment. We know for a fact that the money that is being lent, that the money that gets repaid from those loans will remain in a small business fund for non-COVID-19 related issues. I think Amber brought up a very good example of what happens when a small business has a water main break and they might have insurance coming in, but they have a gap between here and there. This could be that type of fund that is established to help with that. All kinds of things that may come up that aren't related to COVID-19 that, yes, that's why it's a loan and not just a grant. Pay it back to pay it forward because we're going to have a need somewhere else. And if we've got the money already to go, then we're not going to have to create something. We're just going to be able to activate something.
Great. Anybody else have anything to add? All right. Well, again, thank you, Tom. Appreciate your time. Looking forward to working with you more on this as the chamber. And I just want to let everybody know we have our next Knowledge at Noon on Monday, the 27th. And the topic is going to be You Weathered the Storm, Prepare for the Aftershock. It's going to be Clint Perry from Focus HR. So that should be a good discussion. So you can register for that now. And then just one last push. We do have our virtual networking today from 3 to 4 o'clock. And we're going to have Chris Carr from Highwire Lounge make the mule and a hibiscus cooler, I believe. So I've already talked to him. He's very excited. So that's from 3 to 4. And just want to relax into the week and take a look. It should be a lot of fun. So again, thank you, Tom. Appreciate your time and hope you have a great weekend.
Thanks all.
Thanks.
Thank you, Tom.
Thanks, Tom.
Thanks, guys.